Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Antasia table lamp. And this is going to be the one that is this style. You have two kind of like lightning bolts coming up as far as forging goes. There's another Antasia too, and that's going to have a round shade. This one has an oval shade. Check that one out too. They are both quite fetching. So let's get into some of the details about it. So it's 24.7 inches, and that's going to be to the very top of the shade here. The width on it is coming in at 17, which is the shade. That's your longest left to right measurement. Depth is 10.5, which is also going to be your shade. And then the base on it down here, this is 9.12 going this way by 5.5 going this way. Has a little on-off knob we'll talk about in a little bit. Let's talk about the shade by itself. So let's take this off for a second. It's going to be using an oval drum shade. That lets a lot of light going up and hit your ceiling because it's open on the top. It's going to be in Hubbardton Forge's natural white Anna fabric, which is a true white, which is awesome because it doesn't interfere design-wise with all the design of the forging, and it becomes a neutral at the end of the day. A lot of light will come through it. The inside is coated with a reflective white material that's going to let light bounce all over the place, which is great. So size-wise on this, you're talking 17 inches across. You're talking, let's see, 10.5 inches going this way, and then 8.5 inches going straight up. The top of it is called a spider, and you can see it has these metal pieces here, and then the part that lets it sit on top of the lamp. This is always going to be in a black finish, just so you know. So why don't we kind of start playing around a little bit with the lamp itself, since I have it right here. And this is the finial. This is the piece that's going to go on top up here that holds your shade in place. The other thing about this one, which is different from the other one with the round shade, is this one does not come with a diffuser at the top, the glass diffuser that sets inside of this. Historically, a long time ago when this came out, this was available with a round shade and an oval shade, and because of that we didn't know which one you're going to be getting, so they didn't include the diffuser automatically. It was an optional thing, which you can still order the optional flat frosted glass diffuser on this. The only reason you would want one is because you would be looking up at it from a second floor and you didn't want to see inside of the lamp itself. Other than that, there's no benefit to it, so just kind of remember those kind of things. Okay, moving on, why don't we talk about what's going on as far as lamping goes. It's going to be using one of these. It's a medium base socket. We all grew up with this, and you can see it's hiding right in that nice metal housing right there, and it accepts just a simple bulb. So the recommended bulb they're going to tell you is an A19. However, you know what, we're going to play with some of these bulbs in this actual lamp itself. So we know that an A19, which is a standard size light bulb like this one, and these are both LEDs, but you can use an incandescent in this if you want to, up to 100 watts in this size, A19. If you want to go LED, and that's what these are, you can. So we know that this fits perfectly in here. This is the A19. I can find this easily as a 60 watt equivalent, 75 watt equivalent. I have found these as a 100 watt equivalent out in the world. However, you can even go brighter than that if you want, if you stick with an LED. This is an A20. So an A20 bulb, actually I think it's an A21, which is even bigger. So let's see how that fits, and look at that. That'll actually fit in here too, just dandy, and fits fine. So if I want to, I can find this bulb easily up to 150 watt equivalent. I've even seen these on Amazon at a 200 watt equivalent. Do you need that much? Probably not, but it's nice to know that you can get a tremendous amount of light to light an entire room out of this lamp if you guys need to, okay? Getting back to our little story about how it goes on-off dimmer, it's going to be right on the bottom. You can see it right there. Just goes off. You hear a little click. Here, click back on again, up to full power. So when you get into bulbs again, incandescents dim beautifully anyway with the dimmer, so that doesn't really matter. When you're getting into these kind of bulbs, you want to buy a dimmable version. That's going to be super important, and make sure it says it on there. Sometimes they are offered to you not dimmable. They also offer these bulbs to you in different colorways as far as the light that comes out of them, and I talk about that in every video. They're going to offer these to you in 2700 Kelvin. That's a super yellow light, like a setting sun. They're also going to offer these to you in something called daylight, which sounds like it should be a warm light, but it's not. It sounds like it should be like sunlight, but it's actually not. That's a blue-white light for daylight, and that's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. So that would be like a hospital waiting room or an overcast day, that bluish white light. What we like to use in our showroom is called warm white or soft white. That mimics the light of an incandescent bulb we grew up with, and that's the nice warmth of the light coming down on me now from these LEDs, and it's actually these guys I have up there. So I probably picked them up at Home Depot or something like that, but you can get them anywhere. Walmart, you can get them at your local hardware store like an Ace Hardware, True Value Hardware. Very easy to find bulbs in this at my grocery store in Vermont, so if I can do it, you can do it, so don't worry about that part of it. And then, just like we said before, 3000 Kelvin is going to be the warm white, soft white, so make sure it's, if you do want to go in that direction like we like, make sure it says 3000 Kelvin, warm white, soft white, and you're good to go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton forged fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton forged. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton forged doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. In those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.